Okay. So, we're gonna take out Timberwolf today. I'm just doing some random streaming. I don't really care if anybody's watching this or not. I just want to see if I could try out some streaming. So, we're gonna take out Timberwolf today. I'm just doing some random streaming. I don't really care if anybody's watching this or not. I just want to see if I could try out some streaming. So, we're gonna take out Timberwolf today. Just random streaming. I don't really care if anybody's watching this or not. Oh wow. Alright, well that's not good. Wow. Oh wow. Alright, well that's not good. Wow. Anyways, now that's fixed. Go play some quick play. No, I am not fantastic at this game. I am not a pro at this game. I am trying to get better, but we'll see how it goes. Nope, I want to play Rubalite. We're gonna play Assault, because Incursion is dumb. So if you've never played this game, MechWarrior Online is more of a strategic shooter. If you try to go out by yourself in your mech, regardless if you have like a really big heavy mech or not, you're gonna get destroyed. So it takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of patience, not running out and dying. Which doesn't always work, because obviously if you're playing in quick play, there's a lot of random people online that are joining your game, and some of them want to work as a team, some of them don't. So it's kind of a roll of the dice. When you get in the higher tiers, there is a tier system to your playing, so if you play better, you go up tiers. And when you play in the higher tiers, usually there's a little more teamwork involved, but I'd say tier 5, tier 4, and tier 3, you're probably not going to get the best teamwork all the time, but you should get good teamwork most of the time. Yeah, let's not do that. No, let's do that. Anyways. What's going on, guys?
Hey, ready to blow shit up?
Yes, I am too.
Absolutely.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems.
So anyways, the premise of this game is you have big giant robots. If you've never played any of the BattleTech or MechWarrior series, or even the Mech Assault games that used to be on Xbox, this kind of falls in the same universe. Although these games, or this game, is a lot different than, I'd say, Mech Assault on the Xbox. If you only play the Xbox version, this is a very different game.
Hey.
Alright.
Alright boys, where are we meeting up?
Wanna blow them up at base, maybe?
Yeah, probably sounds like a good idea. See which direction they're going.
F5 will likely provide a good vantage point, but I would probably send a light out to scout Echo 5 and Gamma 5.
I definitely don't want to go to the left through like Delta 5 and Delta 6. That's a lot of open area.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, we're down on assault. Bear that in mind.
Roger that.
I miss you. And there's some busted over near their base.
Someone over there sniping the Gauss rifle. They look like they're forming up to mount an assault through the Gamma 5 location.
Roger that.
Be advised, they're probably going to leave some guys in Echo 6 to snipe at us.
Okay, so basically I'm playing in a heavy mech. I'm playing in a Timberwolf.
If anybody's got a
I
good
probably
sniping
shouldn't
mech,
be this far pushed out. I should stick
there's
around our
location
big
in
assault mechs and
box
kind of
4, I
support
wanna
fire
say.
with them, but I think I'm in a
But
good
they're
position to
never
kind of
gonna-
harass. Or maybe not. I just got swept by some lasers.
Target spotted. Alright, well, what's armor? Are we just hanging out?
Target acquired.
Yeah, you're not getting anywhere with those.
There's a couple mechs. I'm pretty sure I just saw a Stormcrow pushing to the right. Either that or a Nova. He's coming towards you, light mech, who's over in G5.
Target spotted.
I'm a little bit out of range here when I'm shooting at them, so I probably should back off.
Target
Not doing the full damage my weapons could be doing. So, weapons in this game, I'll show you the weapon tree and how to, well, the weapon tree, it's not really a tree, I'll show you how to do your loadout. Weapons have weight, and your mech has a certain amount of weight that you can carry, so it's kind of intensive. If you've ever played Armored Core, if you've never played MechWarrior but you've played Armored Core games, it's kind of similar.
Assault in Echo 6.
Roger that.
I don't know if he knows what to do it or not, but he's
Or I can
there.
just run right into the wall.
New target acquired.
Orion, Foxtrot, CT open. Orion down.
Target acquired.
Got a commando over here, Alpha.
Yeah, I see him around. I don't know where he is now.
New target acquired.
That's out of
Moving
range.
to assist at Gamma 5.
So
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
has
yeah,
range,
yeah,
like
yeah,
most of your
well.
weapons. There's a lot of weapons that are long range,
Roger
but
that.
obviously when they're longer range, they're not as useful up close. They can be, but not as useful. More talking about ballistic weapons like these autocannons, and there's Gauss rifles. There's all kinds of stuff. Wow, my aim is terrible.
Revenant done.
On the commando. Never mind.
Also, you have
They're
me.
on the 5 line.
Oh, and I'm getting targeted by myself.
Roger that.
He doesn't have line of sight, so I'm good.
We staying over here. Oh shit. Okay.
New
Echo
target
5. There's an
acquired.
Atlas. I swear to God.
Hey, Fox 5, there's a Nova.
New target acquired.
Moving to assist.
Is being captured.
Base under attack. Okay.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
A Kodiak over here
We're just gonna
too.
move back over to
Kodiak,
Fox 5. We're gonna
was.
take this, whatever this medium mech in here is.
being captured.
We're gonna try to get some damage out.
And it was the commando.
Okay,
Kodiak's not even to us yet. Keep in mind we are 2 up, so as long as we maintain attack.
New Zeal and Fox 5.
Warning, incoming missile.
Say again?
I'm getting targeted by missiles. This is not good.
Leave
There's
top
New
one
Zeal
number.
and 2 other mechs in Fox 5.
Roger that.
Acquired. Warning.
Uziel's down. I don't know what else is over here. It's a Mad Dog.
Roger that, Bravo.
New target acquired.
There's also a crab over here with large pulse lasers.
Timberwolf pushing through.
Heat level
He's down. Crab's down. Mad Dog's still over here. He's pushing me.
Timberwolf down.
target acquired. Heat level critical. Critical.
Oops.
My Mad Dog is dead. I'm not gonna push that.
New target acquired.
Evan Jaguar, Juliet.
Heat level destroyed.
Evan Jaguar down.
New target
Kodiak
acquired.
still. There's still a Kodiak here. He's
Not for
cord.
long.
He's cherry red cord.
New target acquired.
Commando's still running.
I don't have freaking arc lock. So, well, I'll explain armor lock later when I'm out of the match. Just gonna hunt
Free
down.
drinks and birthday cake to whoever takes him out.
Both of his legs are really damaged.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Nice.
Smash.
Here's the weasel.
Anybody have any clue where their last guy's at?
Probably could be a disconnect. I would recommend if you guys stay here at the base just to make sure the little bastard.
Yeah, he's
doesn't try to
disconnect.
take us.
He's 0 ping.
Roger that. Let's kill him.
I think our assault's already gonna be over there before anybody else gets over there.
Yeah, he's on his way.
Disconnect them now, and you won't just without me.
So, up at the roughneck. It seems to have gotten nerfed. I guess it was supposed to have more armor, but this thing right out of the box was a complete
Enemy
tank.
base is being captured.
Huh. Ah, there's the
Target
assault down it.
acquired.
I'm coming!
No, I want damage. I want free damage.
Enemy base is being captured. Target destroyed.
Good game, guys. That was pretty badass.
That's pretty good.
Back smasher.
Alright, let's
We
see how much
waited
damage I did.
slipped up on the firing line.
This game's
Tried
not
to
all
take
about
us early,
damage. It's
and,
more about
it just went downhill for
taking
them.
out components and killing
Yeah, it
mechs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you want to do damage for your
Catch
team
you
so
on the
you
flip
can
side.
take people down together, but it's not necessarily the most important. If you do good damage is important, but you can have a lot of damage, but it'd be a lot of useless damage. Or at least that's my opinion. I could be wrong in the eyes of a lot of people. But hey, who cares? Alright. So I'm going to show you the mech lab and how you can customize your mech. And I know nobody's watching right now, but I mean, I'm going to save this stream so other people can see it on my channel later, so it's whatever. Maybe somebody someday watches this and it's helpful. A couple other channels you should watch if you want to get into this game. There's theBEEF and MoltenMetal. They're both really good YouTubers who stream this game and play this game and make videos about this game and different mechs and what's viable, what's not viable. I encourage you to watch their channels. MoltenMetal especially got me back into this game. I tried it a long time ago and kind of got out of it because I was kind of fed up with it, but I didn't really understand how to play it. And I didn't have time because I was more interested in CSGO and a lot of other shooters. So anyways, let's go ahead and go to the mech lab. I'll show you how you do your loadout. This is how everything's laid out. You have armor values, your weapons that you put on here. Each weapon has weight. You can see it has tons on it and slots. It's very intensive. I encourage you to watch a video or two on it. And I'm not going to try to explain it because I'm probably not the best person to explain it. But anyways, I'm running 6 ER medium lasers on this Timberwolf and an Ultra AC-10. The medium lasers help me blast away the armor, and the AC-10 kind of helps me when I'm a little too hot and I just want to keep the damage rolling out. And also just to rock their cockpit, because when you get hit with those AC-10s you can't really see much. There's also a whole skill tree per mech. I mean, every mech itself has different stuff different skills and built-in quirks. I won't say different skills. They all have the same skill trees, but they have different quirks that work well with certain builds and don't work well with others. Anyways, this is what I'm running. It's probably not optimal. I'm, like I said, very new back into the game, and the last time I played it, it didn't have this skill tree. Besides that, you can map out which buttons on your mouse and which buttons on your keyboard fire what weapons. As you saw earlier, I was kind of sketchy with the lasers and my aim. It's because they're on my thumb buttons and I tend to kind of press those and move around. It's kind of jumbled up. I don't know. I gotta find a better mouse for this game. I'm running a Logitech G502 and I use that for all my shooter games, but this game kinda, I think I would do better with a different mouse, but I don't really know if it's worth it to pay $60 to just buy another mouse. Besides that, you can customize your camo. Now, this game does have in-game currency. It's a free-to-play game, but in order to make money, they gotta make money somehow, so they have different things you can buy. Camouflage patterns are one of them. You can either unlock them for all of your mechs for using, or you can kind of one-shot them, which are cheaper. You have MC, which are mech credits. That's their premium currency you have to pay for. Colors are also pay for, so think about that how you want. It's kind of expensive. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you start out the game with some mech whatever this is, mech credits, and I have not paid a dime into this game, so yeah, I consider that decent, that I could pull this off with very minimal stuff. As far as decals, you do get supply caches, which are just drops of random stuff, whether it be weapons or decals, all kinds of stuff. You get those just for playing the game. You get supply caches, and when you open them up, you can get, there's a chance to get decals and all kinds of stuff. So do not be worried that the only way you can customize your mech is by paying money. You don't have to. And I'll just go ahead and show you another mech. As you can see, I got a color scheme going here. I'm gonna go to camo spec. So like this, I just used the decal patterns I already had. Just made it look how I thought would look cool. So there you go. You can do that kind of stuff, and I didn't pay any money. Anyways, let's go back to my Timberwolf. I'll go to the store real quick. This is the store page. Obviously there's stuff you can buy. The in-game currency that's just regular currency is called C-bills. You use that to buy mechs the regular way. You can pay for it with mech credits, but you don't need to for most of the things you are going to buy. There are special mechs you can buy with just MC, but they're not necessary for you to be successful in the game. It's not a pay-to-win situation. They do a lot of deals and a lot of daily activities. I can show you that real quick. They have events. The event that was going on just a second ago was the hot drop event. Gave you a free mech if you complete all this. When you start this game, you don't have to buy a mech. They give you, if you go through the tutorial, they give you enough C-bills out of the tutorial to buy whatever mech you really want. But if you don't have any mechs, they have trial mechs that are always available and always changing. And for that event, they had a trial mech for each one of the stipulations. Like, you had to get kills in certain mechs, and they had all the trial mechs for you to be able to do that, and I did that. So, if you just want to get a feel for the game, you don't have to do anything. You can just use a trial mech and see if you like it. Let's go back to the store. So for battle mechs, there's different classes. There's light, medium, heavy, and assaults. The champion and hero are just different special versions of different mechs. Like each mech, I won't say each mech because I don't know if every mech has a champion or a hero, but a lot of mechs have a champion variant or a hero variant that give you different bonuses. They're not damage bonuses or anything like that. They're normally either an experience bonus or a C-bill bonus. But just to give you the quick rundown, lights are going to be your small mechs. Your purpose is kind of to run around the battlefield and harass and scout. And when the battle kind of gets heated, you kind of run around into the backs of our enemies and just wreak havoc. Different lights do different things better. There's some that are good at fire support and some that are good at running around and not being able to get shot at because they're so fast. Let's see. Is the flea in here? I don't know. I thought I had the flea in here. I'm not sure if it's... Maybe I'm just blind. Oh, it must be early access right now. Anyways, regardless. A good light mech to start out with, if you're interested in light mechs, Arctic Cheetah. And another one is... The Piranha's really good right now. It has a lot of machine guns. You'll understand how machine guns and lasers and all these weapons are supposed to be used if you watch more videos on this. I'm not going to explain that because, once again, I'm not an expert. I know enough to be dangerous, but I'm not going to try to claim that I know the best builds. If you want that, watch theBEEF or watch MoltenMetal. Anyways, the Raven's a good one for first time light mechs, and so is... I already said that, and the Jenner. So, medium mechs, you're kind of fire support, and you can brawl. Brawling is close range battling and tanking, but you normally can't take the damage in a medium mech, but you can deliver a lot of firepower. You're kind of a glass cannon. Some of these have better damage tanking ability than others. Yeah, you just have to look up some videos and kind of get into it. A good one for tanking or beginners, the Crab. The Crab can tank a lot of damage. The Bushwhacker is a good choice. My personal favorite is the Hunchback 2C. You can die pretty quickly in this, but you also have really good firepower. A lot of people like the Nova. I have a Nova. If you like lasers, you can use the Nova. But it's not just an, laser mech. You can do whatever you want. I have a buddy who loves not the Phoenix Hawk, the Shadow Hawk. But really, it's up to you. Everything is really viable. Most are, I won't say most, but a lot of mechs are more viable than others. There is a meta tier system that people put out there, but everything is usually viable. But there are some mechs that are just terrible and never use. I don't know which ones not to use because I don't know. I just don't really have an interest in finding out which ones are the worst. The Cicada is another good one, and so is The Griffin. Moving on to heavies. Heavies, you're more of, you can tank, you can brawl, you can do a whole lot in a heavy. Some are faster than others. Another thing to mention about mediums and lights is the speed, the movement speed. Lights, you can usually move around pretty fast, or you can build the mech in a way that it is extremely fast in order to get behind the lines. Obviously, when you're, you know, trying to pack on a bigger engine in order to go fast, which I know that sounds like gibberish because if you don't play this game, you don't really know about the engines and other things you have to put in there. Just know that the faster you go, normally the less you can put on your mech, but you can still be dangerous. Medium mechs are kind of a mix by stock. Like stock mechs usually don't come with really fast engines, but you can make a build that is fast. Like I said, they're just more of fire support and harassment and brawling in late game. Heavies are meant to support your assaults and kind of do damage. They kind of hold their own, but if you get caught off by yourself, regardless of what size mech you are, you're going to die. These can bring some good firepower and good tanking to the battlefield. Assaults. Here, I'll give you some heavies real quick. My personal favorite, the Timberwolf. It's kind of good all around. The different variants have different points. Well, I say points. Different variants can put different types of weapons on. If you look at each one individually, you can view it in the mech lab and see what it has on it. You can see right here what points it has that you can put, you know, rocket launchers. I say rocket launchers, but short range missiles, long range missiles, lasers, or ballistic weapons. Which, if you watch more of this game, you'll get into it. Good ones I would recommend: Timberwolf. The Warhammer is good. The Rifleman is good. Let's see. The Night Gear is meta right now. It's really good. The Marauder is good. Now you can tell I play the Timberwolf, but I read into a lot of assault mechs because I prefer to play as, or I'm sorry, not assault mechs, heavy mechs because I prefer to play as a heavy mech. But and then the Ebon Jaguar is a good one. You can build a very nice ballistic Ebon Jaguar and do a lot of consistent damage. The Cataphract used to be a great all-around mech, but I'm not sure if it's as good as it used to be. Then you have your assault mechs. These are your tank mechs, basically. You can pack a lot of weapons into assault mechs, but they're usually very slow. With a couple exceptions. They're usually slow, carry a lot of weapons, and can tank damage. But your main goal as an assault mech is to push with your team in order to tank the main damage and be the biggest threat, so that your assault mechs and your medium mechs can use you for damage absorption. God dang it. That's a terrible word to use to describe that. But you're supposed to tank damage while they peek out from behind you and blast away at their mechs, because the other team's going to focus more on the biggest threat on the field and focus less on them, even though they're probably more lethal than you are. Good ones to get into: the Battlemaster, the Atlas. The Annihilator is very slow, but can hold a lot of damage potential. There are differences in mechs. There's what's called Inner Sphere and Clan mechs. If you're a fan of the series of MechWarrior, you understand what that is. If you don't understand that Clan and Inner Sphere are basically two opposing factions, I guess that's the best way to put it, is two opposing forces in the MechWarrior world. But in this game, when you play in quick play, you can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's not restricted to like Clan or Inner Sphere. Another good one, the Marauder 2C, and I mean a lot of these are very viable. The Highlander 2C, King Crab. You can build really good laser builds with the Stalker and the Supernova. The Warhawk is a good build. I think there's a trial mech for the Warhawk right now. I don't remember. Let's see. Yes, they have a Warhawk trial mech. They also have a Highlander 2C trial mech, an Atlas trial mech, and just a regular Highlander. A big thing you want to know in the differences between Inner and Clan mechs, the real big difference is Omnipods. So Inner mechs, you want to pay close attention to the variant you buy. So for an Inner mech, the different variants have different hard points and things they can put on there. Like some are more, you can put more ballistic weapons on there. Some you can put more energy weapons. Some you can put more missiles on there. But when it comes to clan mechs, here I'll go to the Timberwolf because it's a good example. I'll just go to my Timberwolf. See, I bought the Timberwolf Prime, which was the overall chassis that I bought, the variant I bought, but you can switch out your torsos and your arms and your legs for different omnipods, which is basically you can take another variant's like left torso, right torso with different hard points with like different weapon types that you can put on there, so you can really mix and match with clan mechs. However, the clan weapons are really good, but after a couple updates and they've brought the, I guess the universe, they kind of skip forward a couple, I say a couple years. They skipped forward in the universe. Originally when this game came out, it was at a different point in the universe, and they had the clan mechs come into the play, and they had their clan weapons, which were really a lot better than the Inner weapons. And then they kind of skipped forward in the lore, I guess. And now that the Inner have pretty much almost weapons that are on par with the clan mechs. But as you see here, you can't switch out any engines here. The clan mechs usually come with fixed engines, and then but the Inner you can kind of mix and match engines and do different things. I don't know. You're gonna have to get into it for yourself. If you're interested in this game, just know you can use the trial mechs, try it out, get into it, and then from there you can kind of figure out what you want to do. But that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop another game because that's enough boring talking. You have to excuse me, I got a minute to pet my dog who's been neglected in the corner. Yes, I know. Alright, I got 5 seconds to vote. Let's play a close range map, and we're gonna play skirmish. So different game modes. Skirmish is just basically a deathmatch. Obviously, you still want to stay with your team. Don't frickin' go off on your own unless you're a light mech and your point is to harass. And obviously, if you're only gonna go harass, you're gonna go harass. But don't get caught, you know, somewhere where you're gonna get surrounded by their light mechs and pretty much just destroyed. You want to stay with your team and fight as a team. But the other game modes, there's Assault, which is the other team has a base, you have a base, and you have to stand in the cap circle to capture their base. Usually it just turns into a deathmatch, and nobody really cares about the bases. Then you have Capture the Flag, or well, it's Conquest. It's like Battlefield Conquest. There's different flags all over the map, and you gotta stand in the cap circle to cap it. The points, that one you can win even if your team dies. Because if you cap all the points and you're close to getting to the cap or to the point threshold, whatever, you can win that way even if you've got nobody left alive and they can't uncap your flags. So it's kind of a different concept. Then you have incursion. Incursion is very complicated. I don't really, well, it's not that complicated, but I'm not really into it. It usually turns into a deathmatch anyways. But
Sensors online. Weapons online.
you can look up how to play incursion.
All systems nominal.
I don't remember if there's any other game modes. I think that's, oh, there is an escort where you have to escort a VIP to a different part of the map or to an extraction zone. I have actually never played escort. I don't know that it ever gets picked. I've seen YouTubers like MoltenMetal play escort once in one of his videos. I don't know if he has any other videos, but it doesn't really get picked much because, I don't know, I've watched a lot of his videos and he has like over 300 videos. I think he's getting close, or maybe he's even more than that. He puts out a video every day, so I'd say, I don't know, it doesn't really get picked much. All you need to know is it's basically going to turn into a deathmatch, but pay attention on games like Conquest because it can be very different. Even Assault can be different. Sometimes their team gets so pushed up that you could cap their base pretty easily without them getting back, but usually doesn't turn out that way. I'm just following these guys on the high ground. I didn't really want to go up here, but I was talking, so I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I'm actually going to drop down. This middle part on this map, this is Solaris City, just turns into a giant brawl zone. The guy up top is getting hit, and it looks like they have killed one of our mechs already, and I'm getting out of here. I'm not doing this. I am not about to get blown apart by large lasers.
NASCAR.
They got a large laser guy up top in the middle.
It's irrelevant if we get on a NASCAR.
Yeah, I know. He's in between Echo 5 and Delta 5. We got a light in our backs.
Target acquired.
We have a Fafnir. It looks like he has rotary AC2s.
New target acquired.
Alright, we're gonna go after this Fafnir. Good kill. Let's focus towards the middle.
Target spotted.
Acquired.
Juliet, Bloodass. He's off by himself in the middle.
Heat level critical.
He's almost dead.
New target acquired. Critical.
Pretty sure you just shot me in the back with your Gauss.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
No, don't run into D4. Turn around. Fuck.
Chill out, dude.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Focus that Arctic Wolf, Bravo.
Target acquired.
Behind us, back in the middle. That Fafnir is doing massive damage.
Left torso critical down. Target acquired. Target
Sorry if it sounds like I'm heavy breathing. It's just my nose. I'm a nose breather. It's pretty loud. Yeah, definitely, when you're playing this game, even if you're new, just be careful not to shoot your teammates in the back. You do get team damage in this game. Pretty sure I got shoulder checked in the back by a Gauss rifle from that Fafnir, but I don't think he could help it. I might have moved into it. I also did 514 damage, did 1 killing blow, which is basically you got the last hit and you killed him. 9 kill assists and 1 kill most damage dealt, which means you basically did enough damage, did the majority of the damage on that mech. 4 components destroyed and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Team stats. So damage doesn't necessarily mean you do the best match score. Match score is determined by kills, damage, and supporting your team. Yeah, that Fafnir got 4 kills and 7 assists and 600 damage. He was definitely, I'm pretty sure that was a Gauss. I don't know if it was a heavy Gauss, but he had a Gauss rifle and he was wrecking their lives. Oof, that's gross, but I don't really care, so oh well. So they have different things now in MechWarrior. Solaris is kind of like 1v1, 2v2, I think. I don't remember. I have no idea. You know what? I'm not even gonna try to explain this because I haven't played it, so. Jesus. No thanks. Then they have faction play, which is kind of like, if you ever played like Galactic Conquest on Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one, it's kind of similar-ish. You have different factions that you're fighting. Different factions are fighting for control of different areas, and you just win battles to further your influence in that area. I meant to do this for a long time. Sorry, I'm not talking about this. There's faction play, which is different factions, but you also have you can create a unit, which is kind of like a clan. I say clan, but because there's a actual clans in the lore of this game, I'm trying not to use that. Just donating money to my clan coffer so I can invite more people to, or to my unit coffer so I can invite more people to the unit so they can play with me. Contracts, reputation. Okay, I don't freaking. No thanks. Manage drop thanks war history. Pretty sure war history tells you. Oh, this is telling you the actual battles. Never mind. I thought it was gonna be like a neat little lore thing, but when there's competitive play, I'm not gonna try to even get into that. Never played it, so I don't know. I'm gonna go back to quick play here. We're gonna go back to the mech lab. We're gonna go to quick play. Who else is in here? We're gonna tab out here in a second so I can join a chat with somebody. Alright. Alright, we're playing the Mining Collective on Skirmish. Mining Collective is a very popular map. It's a very close range map with lots of little corners and alleyways to go, but for the most part there's a main center platform. You can actually see it in this picture here. It's kind of center left of the photo. It's a big platform that's raised above, and most people just kind of go there to duke it out. When it's Skirmish though, you can pretty much fight anywhere, but usually with the domination and other game modes, you're going to want to fight there. Domination is another game mode I forgot to cover. Domination, there's a circle somewhere in the map that you have to be inside of to cap and count down your timer. It turns into a giant team fight within the circle, but it encourages the teams to kind of face off head to head close to the circle because you have to be in it, otherwise the other team starts capping it. I like it a lot. So.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command to all warriors on the surface. Your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
What's going on, boys? Anybody got mics?
Yeah.
You guys want to meet up with our assault mechs and kind of move up with them?
Yep.
Fuck you. I'm in a fucking game.
Well, I'm sorry. Do you want to come play MechWarrior with me? I'm actually streaming it on YouTube right now.
No, I'm gonna have to get off.
Oh, are we doing this thing?
Oh, you gotta go to work?
Buddy.
No, family reunion.
Oh. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only gonna be playing for like an hour.
Affirmative.
If that.
Alright.
I know Alex is gonna be getting on here in a little bit.
Okay, are you like, you're gonna play an hour on PUBG? Because I can play PUBG with you. You want me to?
5%.
Get left.
Fuel
That's-
10%.
Sorry, there's like.
Say what?
Target updated.
Look left, look left.
Gotta get left.
No, it was right, asshole.
Assistance.
dead.
It's starting to chip away at us. Stay close.
Fully
I'm gonna
suppressed.
try to get back off and get around them. We're getting destroyed right now. Eating cereal? Or soup?
25%.
Cereal.
Fuel at 0%.
Freaking nerd. Better be Honey Nut Cheerios.
I don't know what the fuck is going
New
on.
target
What is it?
Wheat
acquired.
thins.
Don't let the hostiles take down any
Wheat
more of
thins? You mean Wheaties?
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Shit, I can't go.
Critical.
Okay, now that this is inevitable, here's why this is a bad idea. Because when it comes to that time, everybody
Yeah,
comes
shut
out
down
the same
again. We're
spot.
losing
They
this
always
match.
have people to our left, and they always have people to the center. You're basically being surrounded from the get-go. If you don't fight your way out and get left and get your back
Gotta
to them,
suppress
or
them
be able to
forward,
turn
fully
around so
dead.
they can't get your back,
Fully
you're
dead.
hosed. You'll notice we never made it to the
Suppressed.
left, but we just got tore up. So,
Just
if
don't
you're gonna do
New
that, you gotta
target
commit
acquired.
hard to the left.
I just killed someone that had grenades. But there's a problem.
Torso critical damage.
That
Got a
game.
Gauss rifle. I don't want to get hit by that.
Torso destroyed.
warriors. Respond. This is clan command. Respond.
I mean, it can work. Seriously, they have to screw up, and you have to get hard to the left, or it just will not. Yeah, it was that kind of bull, bro.
Wow. Well, that was gay. But, anyways. That's it for the stream. I'm going to get off. I'm going to go play some PUBG with my friends. If you enjoyed this, great. If you didn't enjoy this, I don't really care. I will see you later.